Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope everything is good and great and wonderful. No storms today. Well, it rained this morning, but it's actually super beautiful out right now. I'm going to take advantage of that. My oldest has asked to take a ride on the motorcycle, so I'm going to go pick her up and maybe we'll go get ice cream or something. Em has flute practice tonight, so, you know, kind of have a little bit of time. I'll go spend with the kid. I'm okay. I just want to say that. I'm okay. I know I've been very critical lately of the things that I'm trying to do in my life. And I think part of it is just this new normal that isn't normal at all. Even for somebody like me, I boasted at the beginning of this, in March. I started staying home, I think at the end of February, the very first week of March, something like that. So this has been my reality now for a full 6 months. And in the beginning, I thought, I even said, like, this is the best thing ever. Like, I could hermit very well. And I still think I could. I definitely think that I could lock myself up and never walk back outside if I was allowed to do that, right? Like, it's very easy for me to get locked inside of my head. It's very easy for me to kind of create my own little world around myself. I self-entertain pretty well, so it's easy for me to just kind of avoid everything and do whatever it is I want to do. But it has taken a toll, right? It has taken... It's not been super simple to just sit here all the time. Thankfully, I have Em. I don't know what I would do without her. If it was just me here by myself all the time and then my kids every other weekend, I think I would be a little bit more crazy than I am right now. But having Em here means that there's at least, she works, I work, so she's in one room, I'm in the other. We see each other a couple of times throughout the day. Maybe we'll make lunch and have lunch together, but for the most part, a couple of hugs here and there and move on. And then at nighttime, we usually just kind of chill. She plays video games, I play video games. We might watch a TV show, I'll cook dinner. We might play games together. That's really, it's not like we just sit there and stare at each other, right? If we're not doing something together, we're doing our own thing. I'll read a book while she plays video games or whatever it might be. So it's, I don't want to say it's not social, but it's social. Like, we're social together. We talk a lot, which is good. But it's the same, we have the same conversations because there's not a lot of new conversations to have. There's not that, you go to work, and part of the family of having workmates is they have different things going on in their lives. And so they have different things to tell you about. And even though you might not be interested in it, you can, there's conversation there. Whereas Em and I have very similar interests. So we talk about video games and she's already heard what I've said and I've already heard what she said or whatever. So unless we're working on something for us, it's not the same thing, right? And I think that's what's starting to take its toll, is I don't have outside perspective right now. I have the perspective that I truly adore, my children and Em. But I don't have that outside, like, what's going on in the world. I don't care about the news. I've tried. I just don't give a shit at all. I give a shit. It sucks what's happening. It sucks what's happening to minorities. I hate that very much. And I hope that if nothing else comes out of this year, that conversation continues with fervor. And I don't necessarily mean violence. Violence is definitely not the answer. But that conversation needs to be a heated conversation for many, many years so we can fix this bullshit, right? So I'm not avoiding all the news. I'm at least paying attention to that sort of stuff because that impacts me. It impacts my children. It impacts the future, right? Like, it impacts the world that I am going to live in, and I don't know how anybody could say that they don't want equality. I don't want that. That's bullshit, right? So I do pay attention to that. But like politics, I don't care what Trump says. He's a piece of crap. I don't care what Biden says. He's not very great either. You know, best of two demons. Like it all sucks, right? So I don't pay attention to that stuff. So, and there's no sports, which I've never paid attention to. I don't have cable, so it's not. I don't have anybody telling me what's going on, right? Em and I tell each other what we're doing and what our friends are doing, and that's it. That's my entire circle. And so it's been a little bit, not depressing. It's been a little bit. I felt a little bit of longing for that lately. And I've been trying to reach out to friends more just to say like, hey, how's things? What's going on, with your world? Just so I can hear some more. So let me know what's going on in your world. What's important on your plate right now? Is the news important to you? What part of the news is important to you? Is there a new TV show you're watching that's important to you? Is there a book you've read recently that's important to you? Are you playing any cool video games that I don't know about? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really, really appreciate you. And I will see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is chivalry. It is a noun meaning brave, kind, courteous, or gentlemanly behavior. We hear much of chivalry of men towards women, but it vanishes like dew before the summer sun when one of us comes into competition with the manly sex. Martha Costin, an American author. Chivalry. Chivalry.